Alright, so let's talk about Geniemon and Duet Night Abyss. These little companions aren't just for show, they're absolute game changers. Whether you're diving into intense battles or just exploring the world, having the right Geniemon by your side can make all the difference. Some specialize in boosting your damage, others keep you alive with support skills, and a few even help you move faster or find hidden stuff during exploration. Basically, they're your mini power-ups that follow you everywhere. But here's the catch. There are over 20 of these creatures, and not all of them are equally good. Some are absolute beasts in combat, while others, let's just say they shine more when you're not fighting. So in this video, we're breaking down every single Geniemon and ranking them based on how useful they really are, both in battle and when you're out exploring. If you're not sure which ones deserve your time, or your upgrades, stick around. This tier list is going to make your life a whole lot easier. I'm quickly moving on to the video, and I'm ranking Geniemons in Duet Night Abyss. Before we start, if you enjoy these types of list videos, don't forget to like the video and subscribe. Enjoy watching. The Geniemons in this tier are, in order from top left to bottom right, Cubolt, Driplet, Equinix, Lumi, and Nabuthus. You ever meet those Geniemon that try their best, but just can't quite hit the big leagues? Yeah. Welcome to the C-tier crew, the lovable underdogs of Duet Night Abyss. They're not terrible, but let's just say you won't be writing home about them. Still, every team needs that one friend who brings snacks instead of damage, right? Let's start with Nabuthus, the moody Umbro element Geniemon who swears they're helping. Nabuthus attacks enemies and slightly lowers their defense, which sounds great until you realize slightly really means barely noticeable. Still, they do give a moderate boost to Umbro-type damage and improve Phoenix Demon Wedge stats. So hey, maybe they're that quiet support in the background doing paperwork while everyone else fights. Next up, Equinix, also Umbro element. This one's kind of chaotic energy personified. They hit enemies with random elemental effects, and that randomness can either make you a tactical genius or look like you're rolling dice in a boss fight. The small Umbro damage and health boost is fine. Think of Equinix as the wild card. Sometimes awesome, sometimes confusing, always unpredictable. Then we have Cubolt, the no-element Geniemon who's basically that one kid in class who shows up with a different outfit every day. They give shields and apply a random buff, which sounds fun until you realize half the time you get the buff you didn't need. Still, the small electro damage and health increase make them a nice all-rounder if you like a little chaos with your protection. Now let's talk about Lumi, representing the Lumino element. Lumi attacks enemies and reduces their damage output, but only a little. It's like trying to stop a dragon with a flashlight. On the plus side, you get a minor Lumino damage and health improvement, so Lumi's heart is definitely in the right place. You just wish that light shone a bit brighter. Finally, we've got Driplet, our Hydro homie. Straightforward, no gimmicks, just a solid attack buff for the team. The small Hydro damage and health bonus aren't game-changing, but it's nice to have a reliable water type when things get messy. Driplet's the kind of Geniemon who brings you a towel after you drown in enemy damage. Not flashy, but always appreciated. So yeah, the C-tier Geniemon won't carry your team to glory, but they've got personality. And sometimes, that's half the fun. The Geniemons in this tier are, in order from top left to bottom right, Balbi, Katiz, Dandemiao, Pyrutail, Shroomy, and Zippiro. You know that moment when you realize your team isn't bad, but not quite meta either? That's where the B-tier Geniemon hang out, the reliable mid-tier gang of Duet Night Abyss. They're the ones that won't let you down, but also won't make your jaw drop. Basically, they're the co-workers who always do their job on time, even if they never win Employee of the Month. Starting off strong with Balbi, a Lumino element Geniemon who's just a little ball of aggression and productivity. Balbi attacks enemies and makes them take more skill damage, which is exactly what you want when you're trying to melt bosses faster than ice cream in July. On top of that, it provides a moderate Lumino damage boost and even enhances the Phoenix Demon Wedge. Not flashy, but very practical, like a reliable office printer that somehow never jams. Then we have Dandemiao, the fluffy healer from the Animo element. Don't let the cute name fool you. This one knows how to keep a team alive. Dandemiao heals the team significantly and adds a temporary defense buff, which makes it perfect for those "oh no, everyone's dying" moments. It also brings a moderate Animo damage increase and Phoenix Demon Wedge improvement to the table. Basically, Dandemiao is that friend who shows up with snacks and emotional support. Katiz slides into the lineup next, rocking the Electro Element. This stylish feline gives your team shield protection and even helps recover sanity, which, let's be honest, we all need after a few chaotic boss fights. The moderate electro damage bonus and Phoenix Demon Wedge boost make Katiz both protective and practical. It's like a therapist with lightning powers, a rare and valuable combo. Now for Pyro Tail, the crafty Pyro Element Geniemon, who's basically the team's resource manager. Pyro Tail spawns useful consumable items and even extends skill duration, which is perfect for players who love a little extra efficiency. The moderate Pyro damage boost and Phoenix Demon Wedge enhancement make this one a solid choice for sustained fights. It's not the flashiest unit, but Pyro Tail's utility makes it feel like a survival kit with a fiery tail. Zippyro, another Pyro element buddy, focuses more on keeping the team sane, literally. Zippyro restores sanity to the whole team while offering a small Pyro damage and health boost. It's not breaking any records, but in longer battles, that sanity recovery can make the difference between clutch victory and chaotic meltdown. Think of Zippyro as the coffee break your squad didn't know they needed. And rounding out the tier is Shroomy, an Anemo element Geniemon that heals the team based on their maximum health. It's simple, effective, and surprisingly dependable. Add a small Anemo damage and health increase, and you've got a healer that scales well with tankier setups. Shroomy might not steal the spotlight, but it's that quiet MVP you'll always be glad to have in the background. Like the friend who brings extra batteries on a camping trip. The Geniemons in this tier are, in order from top left to bottom right, P-Rabbit, Bro Boxy, Bunniva, and Mr. Goodnight. Now we're moving into the A-tier Geniemon, and this is where things start to get really interesting. These aren't just your average sidekicks. These are the kind of partners that make you think, wait, why wasn't I using them sooner? They might not be god tier broken, but they've got enough power and utility to make your run smoother, faster, and way more fun. First up is P-Rabbit, a no-element Geniemon that's basically your personal bodyguard on legs. This little bunny creates a brief window of massive damage reduction. Like, I just stood in the boss's ultimate and lived to tell the tale levels of protection. But P-Rabbit doesn't stop there. It also boosts your movement by speeding up jumps, leaps, and even reducing sliding friction. So yeah, it turns you into a parkour champion and keeps you alive while you do it. Stylish and practical, we love that combo. Then there's Bro Boxy, also a no-element Geniemon, and the name says it all. This guy is your bro. It deals area of effect damage while revealing nearby Geniemon and treasure locations, which is honestly a dream for explorers and completionists. On top of that, Bro Boxy extends your item pickup range, increases experience gained from enemies, and adds a bonus loot chance. Basically, if P-Rabbit keeps you alive, Bro Boxy makes sure you profit while doing it. It's the ultimate wingman for farming sessions. Next, we have Bunniva, our Hydro Element powerhouse. Bunniva temporarily raises the attack power of all your summoned creatures, which makes it an absolute must-have for players who love pet-heavy builds. It also moderately boosts Hydro damage and the Phoenix Demon Wedge's effectiveness, making it a fantastic blend of support and offense. Think of Bunniva as the team coach who gives a halftime speech so good that your summons come out swinging twice as hard. And finally, Mr. Goodnight, the calm, collected healer of the group. This no-element Geniemon provides continuous healing over time, keeping your team topped off without any flashy animations or drama. Plus, it gives small but balanced increases to attack, health, and defense. Mr. Goodnight is like that friend who quietly keeps everyone hydrated during a party. You might not notice them right away, but without them, the whole thing falls apart. You know those moments in Duet Night Abyss where everything just clicks? Your build, your summons, your timing, and you start melting bosses like butter on a hot pan? Yeah, that's what it feels like when you're running one of the best Geniemon in the game. These 6 powerhouses aren't just strong, they define entire playstyles. Whether you're into massive nukes, constant healing, or summon spam madness, the Elf Squad has your back. Let's break down what makes each one such a monster. Starting with Hydrelf, the absolute best friend of anyone running a summon-heavy setup. This Hydro Element Geniemon rewards you for doing what summoners do best, flooding the field with allies. Every summon you bring adds to your damage multiplier, stacking all the way up to a ridiculous 16.2% bonus damage. It's like the game saying, hey, nice army you got there, here's some extra destruction. Plus, the passive boosts your Hydro attacks by 2.4% and powers up Griffin, Typhon, and Covenanter Demon Wedges. It's pure synergy. And for summon builds, Hydrelf is basically mandatory. Then there's Electrelf, the electrifying genius of the bunch. This electro-element Geniemon does two things that every player loves: recovers sanity and amplifies skill damage by 10.5%. That's right, your sanity bar goes up, your damage numbers go boom. The passive also raises electro damage by 2.4% and makes the same trio of demon wedges stronger. If your character relies on big flashy skills instead of basic attacks, Electrelf is your perfect partner in chaos. Think of it as your battery, both figuratively and literally. Moving on to Animelf, the Geniemon that somehow manages to be both chill and clutch. This Animo element ally increases your resolve stat, which means better combat performance overall. And then, when your health hits dangerously low, it triggers an emergency heal to save your life. That surprise, you're not dead moment can completely change a fight. The passive enhances Anemo damage by 2.4% and improves the same 3 demon wedge types. Animelf is all about balance, offense, defense, and a healthy dose of "not today, Grim Reaper." Now, Umbrelf, the Dark Destroyer. If you love watching health bars disappear faster than your willpower on Monday morning, this Umbro element Geniemon is your new obsession. Umbrelf's support ability hits everything nearby with a monstrous 1,170% damage scaling, while also boosting team morale for longer fights. That's over 11 times your attack power in one massive explosion. The passive increases Umbro damage by 2.4% and upgrades your Griffin, Typhon, and Covenanter wedges. Umbrelf doesn't play around. It clears mobs and bosses with equal disrespect. Pyrelf comes in next, setting the battlefield ablaze with style. It launches a devastating area attack similar to Umbrelf's, but instead of morale buffs, it increases your multi-shot capability by 10.5%. Translation: if you're a character who fires multiple projectiles, each one just got way deadlier. That's like turning a shotgun into a laser show. The passive boosts pyro damage by 2.4% and enhances your demon wedge power, rounding out a perfect offensive toolkit. Pyrelf is an arsonist's dream. Big explosions, more bullets, endless fun. Luminelf, the Lumino element powerhouse, rounds out the lineup like the shining finale of a fireworks show. It deals massive area of effect damage and adds a bonus Lumino damage amplification on top. So not only are you nuking everything around you, but every future hit also hits harder. The passive once again grants a 2.4% Lumino damage increase and boosts the key demon wedges. Luminelf is clean, consistent, and devastating. No gimmicks, just raw power and radiant domination. So, what makes this entire elf squad so special? It's the way each one perfectly fits into a different playstyle. Hydrelf empowers summoners, Electrelf supercharges skill users, Animelf protects and sustains fighters, Umbrelf and Pyrelf handle massive area damage, and Luminelf boosts your raw elemental output. No matter how you like to play, there's an elf waiting to make your build shine, or explode, depending on your vibe. It's also worth noting that all of these Geniemon share a common thread: that 2.4% elemental boost and demon wedge enhancement. It might not sound like much, but those passives add up, especially when stacked with other buffs. The result? Higher multipliers, smoother scaling, and an overall sense of wow, my numbers look good. If you've ever wondered which Geniemon truly deserve to be called the best in Duet Night Abyss, this lineup is your answer. They dominate the battlefield, boost every kind of build, and make you feel unstoppable when used right. Whether you're raining hydro summons, frying enemies with electro skills, or nuking mobs with pyro explosions, these are the companions that turn an ordinary run into a highlight reel. So next time you're customizing your loadout, remember this simple rule: when in doubt, bring an elf. They don't just make your team stronger, they make every battle feel like you're starring in your own anime finale. The video ends here. See you in another video. Don't forget to subscribe.